what type of job you do, the potential for an injury or occupational disease may exist. In the event of an accident on the job, regardless of who's at fault, there's some very important steps which must be taken immediately to ensure that you are compensated for lost time and that your medical expenses are covered. As of July 1st, 1990, the district has self-insured its workers' compensation coverage, which means its employees are no longer covered by the State Industrial Insurance System, SIIS. All claims are now handled by the District Workers' Compensation Office. Employees' rights remain the same under Nevada law.
Joe, you okay?
Oh, it's my ankle.
All right, let's get you to the office. All right, Joe, here's a nice pack. You should make it feel a lot better. Thanks. You know, man, there should be a poster around here someplace that tells us what to do. Oh, here it is. All right, you need to call your supervisor first.
Bob, this is Joe. I just took a fall in the warehouse, and I hurt my ankle pretty bad. And Mike brought me over to the office. Okay. All right, thanks. He's going to bring some papers for me to fill out, and he wants you to make a statement, because you were there when it happened.
Sure, no problem.
Well, how are you doing, Joe?
Not so good, man. My ankle's really killing me.
I'm sorry. I need you to fill this form out before the end of the day, Joe.
Okay.
Make sure you sign right there.
Okay.
Jean, will you go over this incident report with me?
Sure.
An employee must give written notice to his employer within 30 days after an accident or knowledge that a disease is related to the job. As you saw after notifying your supervisor, the employee completes the Notice of Injury Form C1. If you fail to file the Notice of Injury, you may be barred from recovering any workers' compensation benefits. This form must be signed by the employee and the supervisor.
Thank you so much. Jean, do we have all Joe's information correct?
Yes, we do.
Thanks.
Tear these, separate that.
Let's send the copies of this form to all the right places.
Certainly.
The completed Notice of Injury or Occupational Disease Form C1 must be forwarded to the Workers' Compensation Office within 2 working days after the injury. The form may be transmitted in any of 3 ways: by fax machine, email, or putting it in the school mail. The employee and the supervisor shall retain a copy of the completed form.
Hi, Mike. How's Joe's ankle?
Matter of fact, he just called in. He's going to go have it x-rayed.
Oh.
If the employer has a managed care physician's contract arrangement, the employee must select a treating physician or chiropractor from the approved list. If no contract exists, then the employee may choose his own treating physician.
Hello, my name is Joe Smith, and I'm an employee of the school district, and I've hurt my ankle at work, and I'd like to know if Dr. Richardson is on the approved managed care list. And if so, I'd like to make an appointment immediately.
Yes, Dr. Richardson is on the list, and since this sounds like an emergency, I will schedule you in the office this afternoon at 3 o'clock. I will have the C4 form ready for you to fill out when you come in.
All right, I'll be there at 3. Thank you.
If you seek medical treatment and/or lose time from work, you're required to file a claim for compensation Form C4 within 90 days after an accident or knowledge that an illness is work-related.
Joe, it looks like you have a severe sprain. So I want you to keep pressure off that ankle for the next couple of days until you can come in and I can take another look at it. You will be needing crutches. This form looks in order. I will need to have you sign it. And you can go back to work. I just think that for the next 2 days, you need to keep your weight off that leg so that when you come in, I'll be able to make a proper assessment. This form needs to be mailed in 3 days.
Well, thanks, Doctor. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Okay.
An employee may be barred from receiving workers' compensation benefits if he fails to file a claim for compensation form C4. These forms are available from the medical providers, third-party administrators, Division of Industrial Relations, and the CCSD. To summarize the steps to take in filing a claim, the employee must file Form C1 within 30 days after the injury, and must file Form C4 within 90 days if the employee has sought medical treatment or lost time from work. For medical treatment, the employee must select a medical provider from the CCSD-approved list. If no list exists, the employee may choose their own treating doctor. Remember, failure to file C1 and C4 forms in a timely manner may result in loss of benefits. Finally, site supervisors must forward completed Form C1 to the School District Workers' Compensation Office within 2 working days after the injury. As you're now aware, there are many individuals who are involved in the process of handling your claim and making certain all pertinent information and copies of reports are sent to the proper places. Someone will contact the treating physician to verify the employee's disability status and also to review the work location industrial leave listing. This is what happens when your injury temporarily prevents you from returning to your job.
If I go on disability, what's going to happen to my paycheck?
Don't worry. You've taken all the necessary steps to qualify for temporary total disability compensation. That means if the doctor says you can't work for a period of 5 consecutive days or more, or 5 cumulative days in a 20-day period, you are entitled to receive compensation, which is 2/3 of your average monthly wage at the time of the accident. The compensation rate, however, is subject to state maximum allowable wage.
Can I use my sick leave?
Sure you can. State law gives you 2 options. Elect only tax-free statutory workers' compensation benefits, or continue to receive your normal salary by drawing down leave balances at the rate of 1/3 as taxable income continuation supplement. Remember, if you do decide not to use your leave balances or don't have any, you must contact Personnel Services and apply for a leave of absence.
Oh, RJ, here's a C4 for Joe Smith. The doctor didn't take him off work, but he gave him restrictions of no prolonged standing or weight bearing. I'm going to call the job site and see if they can accommodate these restrictions.
Okay.
Hi, I'm calling from the Workers' Compensation Office regarding Joe Smith's on-the-job injury a couple of days ago. We have received a doctor's report which releases Joe to work with temporary restrictions. Has your department been able to accommodate him?
Yes, Joe is working. He has only missed 2 hours so far, although he does have a doctor's appointment this afternoon.
Would you please make sure you send a copy of any information regarding this injury to the Workers' Compensation Office?
Sure.
Thank you for your help.
The workers' compensation staff works as a team. Their goal is to coordinate medical care and rehabilitation activities for injured workers and facilitate their maximum recovery and return to work at the earliest opportunity.
RJ, this is Joe Smith. I saw my doctor last night and he took another set of x-rays and he said that I have a torn ligament. No wonder the swelling hasn't gone down.
Joe, I'm sorry to hear that. So what else did the doctor say?
Well, he took me off work because of the severe swelling. He also suggested I have some surgery. It's a minor outpatient surgery.
Did you get a disability certification from the doctor?
Well, yes, I did. I've got it right here.
Good. Send it to me as soon as possible so I can process your compensation. Also, make sure that your supervisor gets a copy.
No problem. I'll put 2 copies in the mail today, and I'll call my supervisor later and let him know what's going on.
Sounds good to me. I'll meet with the workers' compensation nurse later this afternoon to review your doctor's treatment plan. And if a second opinion is not necessary, we will authorize the surgery. We will keep you posted. Bye now.
This is Barbara from the school district. I'm the medical care specialist for workers' compensation. I understand Joe Smith is having surgery.
That's correct, Barbara. The procedure is pretty routine. I don't expect any complications.
Do you anticipate any problems bringing him back to work?
None at all. Joe seems to be highly motivated. He should be able to return to modified work in 3 to 4 weeks after surgery, and I made him aware that the school district can accommodate temporary restrictions.
Okay, doctor, I concur with your plans. Please schedule the surgery as soon as possible. If you need any additional information about our return to work program, please give us a call.
Joe's injury has been documented and the correct procedures have been taken for him to have surgery. Joe is now a good candidate for temporary modified duty assignment. The workers' compensation team consists of another member who helps administer the district's return to work program.
Hi, Joe. I'm the occupational injury rehabilitation specialist for the school district. I'm just calling to see how you're doing and to find out if you have any questions about the return to work program. So how's it going?
Well, I guess I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. Richard, what happens after the surgery? How soon can I return to work?
After the operation, I'll be in contact with your surgeon. Once he feels that you can return to work with limitations, you'll be offered a temporary modified duty assignment.
Will I get paid the same salary if I'm not working my old job?
As provided by Nevada law, an offer of employment at modified or light duty must at least meet your compensation rate. However, the school district almost always offers modified duty assignments at the pre-injury wage.
What happens if I return to work and the doctor feels further treatment is needed?
You'll continue to receive medical care while on temporary assignment. However, we do ask that you try to schedule your medical appointments before or after work.
I understand. Well, thanks for taking the time to explain all these things.
Your temporary modified duty assignment is designed to meet the limitations set by the doctor, and it will continue until your final release to return to regular work. The occupational rehabilitation specialist will also talk with your supervisor to make sure your assignment does not exceed your temporary restrictions. After all benefits have been paid, the claim will be closed effective 70 days after the date on which the notice of intention to close claim was mailed to the employee. If the medical benefits paid for a claim, however, are less than $500, the claim closes automatically if no treatment is rendered for at least 6 months. After the claim has been closed, the employee may request a reopening if his condition worsens and additional treatment is required. The employee's written reopening request must be supported by current medical reporting. If reopening is granted, it will be effective the date of the employee's written reopening request. If an employee disagrees with a written determination made regarding workers' compensation benefits, he or she may appeal by following the instructions contained in the determination letter within 70 days after the date on which the notice was mailed. The hearings are conducted by the Nevada Department of Administration, a state agency which is separate from the district. Medical and disability costs are constantly rising. In order to ensure that funds are available to pay legitimate claims, the district strives to eliminate unnecessary expenses. Unfortunately, some medical providers and employees submit false or inflated claims, and this hurts everyone. The State Attorney General is given authority to investigate and prosecute fraudulent workers' compensation claims. If you think that a medical provider, a claimant, or an employer is committing fraud, call the Attorney General's Workers' Compensation Fraud Unit at 1-800-266-8688. Knowing the proper steps to take in filing a claim for lost time and medical treatment will enable you to receive your workers' compensation benefits in a timely manner.